It's Week 10 of the National Football League, and all eyes are on the dual threat Lamar Jackson. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Ravens and the Bengals on Thursday night primetime.
Next to some of the northernmost waters of the beautiful Chesapeake Bay, we're at M&T Bank Stadium near Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scotts alongside Brock Heward. And Brock, now that we're into the November portion of our season, we've got a pretty good picture of who both of these teams, at least who we expect these teams to be from here on out.
Yeah, no question about it, Kate. They're through the opening rounds if this is a boxing match, right? In this season-long fight. Early issues been worked through, or at least you hope.
Ready to get this game started. Here's Evan McPherson. And we're off from Baltimore. Deontay Hardy to return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by the reigning MVP, the second of his career, the best runner in the game. It's Lamar Jackson.
And if he could only flip that 3-to-1 ratio, have it be 3 touchdowns to 1 pick instead of the other way around, I think we'd have seen that loss flip to a win as well. Clean slate this week. We'll see what he's done to address the showing from his last time out.
Jackson looking to throw right away. Andrews with the catch. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
They'll run it with Devin Singletary. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and that'll be first down, Baltimore. Lamar now from the gun. Gets this one to Andrews. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play as well as a new set of downs.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
On first down, this is Singletary. Escapes a defender. And he gets this forward to the 19. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. He's got Andrews. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. The 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the gun, a carry by Singletary. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Ravens finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Here's Charlie Jones with the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So here are the Bengals now as they get set for their opening drive. They're led out by a motivated player coming off an injury, one of the game's great young QBs, Joe Burrow.
Two numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And of course, he cares less about those two numbers. He's more about the alphabet, like that letter W, picking up the win in that ball game.
We'll have him gain about a handful there. Brandon Stevens in on the tackle. All right, here we go. Second down. Burrow setting to throw. That throw finds Jamar Chase. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Burrow out of the shotgun. This finds home, complete. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
Well, that right there, Kate, that is the epitome of trust. And trust in your big physical tight end. Throwing his way into double coverage. You may question the decision when the ball leaves his hands, but it's tough to question when it produces results like that.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, I know some old school coaches, maybe some former NFL quarterbacks who would have this guy running stairs after that drop, partner. Hit or no hit. That was a catch there that would have meant a first down.
Yeah, that's why that's old school, okay, Kate? The new school coaches and quarterbacks know how hard it is in this league with the contact. How valuable those contested catches are. Credit the defense for making the play on that one.
Now we're on here with Blake Corum. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Lamar back to throw. This one falls incomplete. He was looking for Mark Andrews. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. The Ravens going to punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. Cincinnati headed back out for its second drive now. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Hauled in by Tyler Boyd. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. The tight end going in motion right. From the 31. Has it at the 7. And he drives this forward to the 6. We've hit the... We're all set to bring you the second quarter. The Bengals well within striking distance. Burrow from the gun. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. To throw again, it's Burrow. He's on the move. Ravens swoop it in, and they bring him down. And they're headed in reverse after that sack. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up. Evan McPherson on for the Bengals field goal. From the left hash, 34 yards away. Butker knocks it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you were looking for on the call sheet.
Hardy on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson ready to go again on offense. And his touchdown, another one for him this season as he continues to sit among the NFL's best at punching it in himself this year. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Now an inside give to Singletary. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Second and 8. Chased out to his right. He wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Jackson off the play action. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Third down run from Singletary. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he's able to rip off a chunk of red zone yardage to the 10. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the 1st down.
1st and goal, Corum. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. 2nd and goal coming up from the 7.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
And he's only able to manage 1 yard, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap to Jackson. He's got it! And in for the Baltimore touchdown! So Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Jones. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden Ratings Hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost. First down, Burrow to throw. This is hauled in by T. Higgins. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle to the line. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
Here we go. First down, Bengals.
Here we go.
Burrow back to throw. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop.
Here we go. Here we go.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Burrow now against the blitz. That's going to be caught by all. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. Ravens bring an extra DB out there. 3rd down coming up. He's got him. That's Mixon. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts.
Here we go.
Trying for it with Burrow. That's cut beyond the marker. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. First down from the red zone. And the catch is made. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals make it a 1-score game before halftime. Extra point added on by McPherson. And the Bengals cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Hardy on the return. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. The Ravens and Devin Singletary back out on offense. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. We'll see how they choose to use these final 22 seconds, Brock, of our first half. First down, here's Lamar. Taking his shot, deep down the field it goes. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play. Clean breakup on that throw. And now they face second down.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
Lamar off the play fake. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining. Not on the same page with his tight end. So that brings up 4th and long. Back to throw it. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. Evan McPherson on for the Bengals field goal. He was good on his first kick. Going to need to hit this one well to go 2 for 2. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. Well, the teams are ready. The fans are ready. Let's give the people what they came here for. We'll jump past halftime and get right back to the game. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Travion Williams now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. And he already has a passing touchdown in this game. As you can see, that's what he's done with regularity all year, sitting among the NFL leaders in that category. Higgins makes the catch. They pick up 20 yards there. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. On first down, here's Burrow. On target to his man Higgins. And he's out of bounds after getting across the 45. Now Burrow. Catch made by all. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
Here we go.
Working inside the red zone. Dumped off to his running back. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
And he gets a small chunk there before he's touched down. So now here's 3rd and 5.
Here we go, here we go. 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, empty, 11, 11.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Has it in close. He's got the Cincinnati touchdown. And now the Bengals offense still on the field. We'll see them go for 2. He's throwing for it. And he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another 2 more to that lead.
You spend all week on 2-point plays, trying to get to your best options, but ultimately sometimes the execution of that pass, it doesn't work.
And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. We see the Ravens making their way out now. And they sure surprised us, going for 2 in that spot on their last drive. Not sure we're going to see that call come out here again. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game, the type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Andrews with the catch. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
First option gets the give. It's the fullback running with it. And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. Juke the defender. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Here's Lamar. Buys time, rolling right. He's keeping it again. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
2nd and 3. That's to his running back, Devin Singletary. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Tight end in motion right. From the red zone now. Escapes the pocket. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens grab the lead on their first series of the half. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Jackson's throwing for it. Forced out to his right. And he's into the end zone. Successful play there. That makes the lead 3 points. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Here comes Williams on the return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35.
11.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. The Bengals are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. On 2nd and 10, Burrow again. Got his target, it's Higgins. And he'll get it up to the 44. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. This finds home, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line.
Gun.
We
11 empty.
ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
Here we go. 11 Thomas. 12.
To throw again, it's Burrow. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
Pass caught by Mixon. It's inside the 10. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals take a 4th quarter lead. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Point after up and good by McPherson. And the Bengals take a 4-point lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Hardy on the return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. He's trying to push the field. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. That was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. So it's 2nd down coming up. Throwing again is Lamar. Gets this one to Andrews. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Good offenses, okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably and then go to work after it.
And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They'll come up 1st and 10. A give to Corum. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bengals territory. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. On the move, headed right. He's got Andrews. And he's brought down at the line.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st. They give up the gut to Singletary. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
The throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 9-yard pickup, and it sets them up with first and goal. Now Jackson. Able to get it to Singletary. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Ravens needing 4 points. Another chance at it on 2nd and goal, still from the 5. Lamar now from the gun. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a...
And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens have taken the lead late. And he shakes out the pressure to nail the point after, and now an opposing field goal would only tie this game. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Jones. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. That's going to be caught by all. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Marcus Williams has it.
Well, nickel has really become the base defense for so many teams in the league because the passing game has become so prevalent today. It really makes it so much more difficult to find an open throwing lane. It gives defenses a lot more speed on the back end to step in front of passes just like that.
Cincinnati uses its 2nd timeout. 2nd down now, 7 to go. They'll stick with Singletary. And he's brought down after a modest gain up to the 46. The final timeout taken by the Bengals. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. 3rd and just 2 to go. Here's Singletary again. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. He fields this at the 18. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And it'll be Bengals football.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Brought in by Chase near the sideline. And that is exactly what they needed. A quick 1st down, and he freezes that clock.
1st down, Cincinnati.
Gun.
Here he is to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Here we go.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Finds his man, Chase. He reaches the sideline. Clock stops, but the defense holds him to a gain of maybe 6 or 7.
Here we go, here we go. 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11.
To throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. T. Higgins, the intended receiver. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. One final shot here. Trying to push it deep downfield. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So in front of a flock of fans in the stands, the Ravens get the win at home.